What's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys, the latest physique updates of William Bonac. So I know that yesterday we did kind of a preview video for this weekend's M-Pro Classic, and we talked about an update of William Bonac that was from about 3 weeks ago. We've got a much more recent one posted today, which will be 3 days out from the show. And I would say that this update from Bonac in particular, there was a couple of videos, but in particular, this picture, the side tricep that was posted by Moria Photo, who we did a photo shoot with today at 3 days out. This is what most people have been talking about today. Just an insane shot for Bonac, this side tricep. I mean, look at his legs in this shot. The guy looks incredible in the side tricep in this particular picture. And a lot of people are talking about the fact that it looks like Bonac is fully back. I know we talked at length about this in yesterday's video, but we were talking about a 3-week-old update. This is 3 days out. And I even saw people saying in this update he looks better than Nick Walker looked on stage at the New York Pro. People were making comparisons to Dorian Yates. A lot of complimentary comments for Bonac about this particular pose. Just looks grainy, defined, no real signs of slowing down. Again, he's 42 years old. He's one of the older guys that's still actively competing and still seems to be an active threat at these shows. Now, that being said, there also were these 2 videos that came out from Rep 1, and I do think he looks a lot better in just the picture than in the videos. I don't think he looks as full and as freaky in the videos as he looks in that side tricep picture, but he still looks really impressive, especially considering his age. And I still think he looks really on point. In the videos, I feel like he does look a little bit downsized from like prime William Bonac. That was a little bit more, I guess, full in 3D. But again, not really a knock on him. I think he looks really impressive in these videos. Just not quite the same as the shock value of that side tricep picture, if I'm being completely honest. But conditioning-wise, he looks really good. I agree with a lot of the comments that were saying, you know, how I just kind of said he looks downsized, but a lot of the comments were also pointing out that they thought his waist looked smaller and tighter in these updates, and that could be because that's maybe part of him looking downsized here. Might be working to his advantage with a smaller, tighter waist. And like I said in the previous video, kind of giving loose predictions, Bonac was kind of the front runner to me in that previous video, and I feel even more strongly about that after seeing these updates of him today, because yeah, he's going against some heavy hitters, Behrooz and Michael Krizo, but Bonac really has quite the track record. He looks almost as good as he's ever looked, if not conditioning-wise, maybe even better. You know, top 2 Olympian, multiple-time Arnold Classic champion. The guy has really got one of the highest caliber contest histories of anybody. And here he still is, looking phenomenal shape. He's with a coach that has had phenomenal success, boss of Outlaw, Stefan. I think he's still, in my mind, solidified as the front runner in this lineup, even against Krizo and Behrooz. And another guy that I want to talk about in this video, we touched on him briefly in the last video, but we got a recent update from him today, and that is Sas Heirati. So he's making his return at this show, and the main thing that jumped out to me about this update that was posted today is look at his quads, man. He looks really impressive, and he could possibly be a top 3 contender here with Michael Krizo, Behrooz, Bonac. We also touched on Pablo Lopez, who's doing this show, but looking at these updates, dude, the quads on this guy, really big, but really conditioned. Cross-striated quads, great teardrop, great separation, upper body, pretty good V-taper. His arms look a little bit downsized in that front double bicep from, I feel like, how they used to look. But then in the side chest, the arms still look really good. But the main thing to me was his legs look insane here. He looks really like he's in really good shape. And that's why I wanted to make sure I included him in his updates in this video, because I know we talked a lot about Krizo, Bonac, and Behrooz in yesterday's video. But this was one of the more impressive updates I've seen from the guys that are doing this M-Pro Classic. He looks really good. And in the side chest, you can see glutes are striated. You can even see the separation in the hamstrings from the side. The chest has really deep striations. He looks really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the top guys in this lineup. I guess we'll see, though. Now, speaking of Michael Krizo, we did get another update from him today, a back double bicep shot, a video at 3 days out. He's shaking quite a bit in this pose, which is something that he's struggled with his posing, is he does shake a lot in the posing. And I'll say conditioning-wise, after seeing kind of what we've seen from Bonac, and then we saw that recent update from Behrooz yesterday, and looking at that update that we just looked at from Sas Heirati, I don't think Krizo has that same level of conditioning from what we're seeing here. Not really a whole lot of a Christmas tree going on. In fact, you can see some folds in his lower back, which are indicative of holding water, and maybe not necessarily the best conditioning. He's got pretty good detail throughout his back, but it doesn't look like crazy condition to me. He just looks really full, really big, which is kind of his trademark, is he's just a big, full mass monster. And I'd like to see more updates from Krizo, because frankly, we haven't seen a whole lot for this prep for the M Pro Classic. And even that front double bicep shot that we talked about yesterday, that was from 4 weeks out, and I don't think he looked crazy conditioned in that update either, but to be fair, it was 4 weeks out. But even so, I think with Krizo's kind of overwhelming size and freak factor, I still think he's going to be in the conversation for the win for sure. But just conditioning-wise, I just feel like we haven't really seen anything from Krizo's prep for the M Pro Classic that suggests he's going to be like peeled to the bone, and I feel like Bonac is going to be. I feel like Sas Heirati is going to be. Then if you look at the latest update from Behrooz posted today, I'm assuming this is recent because Behrooz has been consistently posting very recent updates from this prep. It was this kind of abs and thigh, well, just ab shot, and then he posted like a vlog video next to it. But this ab shot was kind of reminiscent for me of like a Hadi Chupin ab shot. Obviously not on the same level as Hadi Chupin, but the obliques, the serratus, the abs, shredded, vascular, looks like he's in really good shape, and he's known for conditioning. But let me know your guys' predictions for the show. I feel like it's going to be highly competitive and very entertaining, and I'm glad that today we got basically updates from everybody that we talked about yesterday, but this time much more recent and relevant updates. Me personally, like I said, I still kind of have a feeling that Bonac is going to take this one. Now, next up in the news, we got a recent physique update of Hunter Labrada, where I think he looks really impressive. He says he's 284 pounds here, and he says in this update he's within 13 weeks, so less than 13 weeks out from the show that he's doing, which would put him in September. So very, very close to the Olympia, which if you guys remember is earlier this year. It's October 11th and the 12th. So this would put him, I believe, at the September 8th show, which is the Italy Pro in Milan, Italy. Like I said, September 8th. That would be less than 13 weeks away. 13 weeks from this weekend would be the UK Pro. But since Hunter says he's less than 13 weeks out, I'm assuming it's going to be the Italy show. And then at the very end of September, you also have the Legion Sports Fest in Las Vegas, and I believe that will be the last qualifier for the Olympia, because that's just, 2 weeks before the Olympia. But I'm very excited to see Hunter Labrada back on stage. I'm assuming he will qualify for the Olympia, and I'm curious to see if he's going to move up in placings at the Olympia this year. Now, the final story that I've got for you guys today, we did get another update from Samson Dauda showing off his back, which at one point was one of the points of his physique that people criticized the most as one of his lagging body parts. But then at that last guest posing that we saw of Samson, a lot of people were saying it looks like he already brought up his back, and I think this update, he's showing that here too. It does look like his back has already improved from the last time that we saw him on stage, which was the Arnold Classic UK. And in this particular video, I really have to agree. I don't know if it's just the lighting or just the angle, but I think his back looks really pretty strong here. Pretty impressive. But again, for me, it's not necessarily about him putting on size. I think if he were shredded to the bone, he would have won shows like the Arnold or the Olympia, even with the back that he had prior, if he came in with crispy, Hadi Chupin-like conditioning. So even at those stages when people were saying his back is kind of a weak point, I mean, it kind of was, but I think it still would have been enough to win major shows with the right conditioning. I certainly don't think that Samson is a guy that's, struggling for size in any muscle group, and I think it's just more a conditioning issue, but got to give him his props here. He does look really impressive. But that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and click that bell notification icon if you have not already. And as always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at NICKS&P, my Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power, my secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel, and consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.